Emotions are the key to putting energy in motion. Emotions are the key to creating your reality. Emotions, when supercharged, radically change your life. Emotions are very negative in our reality right now. I mean, a lot of people are afraid of emotions. You shouldn't feel emotions. You should be emotionally numb. You should be corporate and all up in the head and focus on the numbers and very practical with things like this. And so a lot of us have become distant from our emotions. Some of us are really in touch with our emotions and are emotional. Like, I'm an emotional person, right? And so it's like emotions are bad. Now, I do believe in having emotional intelligence, also known as EQ. So we've got IQ, which is intellect, right? And then we got emotional intelligence, which is EQ. And what we need to do is develop this ability to understand that emotions are totally normal. And what we can do is we can actually supercharge our emotions to really create our reality and transform our lives. Let's get started. Hey superstar, it's Gavin here from Wake Up Fulfilled. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a subconscious mind specialist, and we recently opened the doors to my new program, Neutrality Shifting Life Mastery, which shows you how to reprogram your subconscious mind for success, happiness, joy, productivity, and much more. So if you want to overcome procrastination, resistance, mental masturbation, fear, and taking your business and life to the next level, then this program is for you. You can get a free subconscious mind diagnosis session at neutralityshifting.com to find out more about that. There'll be a link above or below this video to get your free subconscious mind diagnosis session. So we're going to be talking about supercharging your emotions so that you can create more of what you want into your reality. And I appreciate you watching my videos and supporting the channel by commenting and liking below. And I want you to understand that emotions, again, are really, really powerful. And when we can use them in the right way, it can really create our reality in a powerful way. So with the mind, we have to understand that thoughts are pretty much nothing. And what happens is, as soon as we focus on our thoughts and focus on that negative thought and we add emotion to it, now it becomes a snowball. It starts to grow, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so that's why we have techniques like mindfulness meditation, because you're just becoming aware of your thoughts and you're not taking notice of them. You're just aware of them and you're allowing them to pass by. You see, as soon as you associate with thought, now as soon as you become the thought, now you have attachment to the thought and you're adding emotion, you're adding energy to it, and you're creating it into your reality. So they say emotion is energy in motion. So when it comes to your thought, you're taking the energy of thought and you're putting it in motion now, right? You're starting to build momentum behind it as you attach emotion to it. So it's very important for us to learn how to control our minds by just becoming aware of our thoughts. We are the awareness of our thoughts. We are the awareness of our emotions too. And so knowing that we are pure love awareness and that we become aware of our thoughts and emotions, it will radically shift your life. I take it a little bit of a step further and I say I'm not my thoughts. I'm not my mind. I'm not my emotions. I am the awareness of these things. And I can see myself as an infinite being that reconstructs the ego, which is thought and emotion. And so what I know in me being this awareness is that it's just pure love, okay? And it has no judgment on positive or negative or anything like that. All right, so in order to supercharge your emotions, we have to realize that most of us, when it comes to creating our reality, we tend to focus on it being conscious. So for example, we'll be doing things like visualization, or we'll be doing things like the 5x5 method or 2-cup method, or all these different techniques and strategies that are out there. We'll be trying to apply the law of attraction in our lives. So it's like we have to practically do stuff, take action in terms of the law of attraction and manifesting. We will have to actually do things in order to create into our lives. Oh, I have to be a high vibration, right? Oh, I have to think positive all the time. You have to consciously control yourself. You have to consciously do all of these techniques and strategies in order to create what you want in your reality. So most of it is just conscious. You're consciously doing things. And do you consciously drive your car? Do you consciously ride a bike? Right? When I ride a bike or when I'm driving a car, I forget the journey. Like sometimes I'm just in my head, like thinking of like how I can serve you and how I can help the world and all this stuff. I'm daydreaming, right? And so I get all the way home without even, consciously being there, right? Like not focusing, like on consciously being there, really focusing on driving. Like in the beginning when you were driving, it was like conscious, you had to focus and all this stuff, and then it became automatic. Just like learning how to walk. Now you don't even think about it. Even you're talking, communicating. Like as I make this video, I'm not even thinking about it. It's just coming from my mouth, and it's like I'm channeling energy, and it's just coming through me for all of the stuff that I've learned in my journey. But not only that, just channeling into a higher power and giving you the information that you need right now. And so that didn't happen by accident. That happened through me practicing, and it happened through repetition, and it happened through me learning and growing and expanding and becoming a greater version of myself. When I had made my first video, it was complete crap. Like, I was afraid, I was scared. I didn't really want to be out there and like, put my face out there, stuff like this. Now, in my chart, in terms of astrology, I do have the Leo rising. And Leos like to be like the center of attention. So a part of me did want to make a YouTube channel and for people to see me. But I'm not necessarily like the center of attention where I'm like loud and I'm going to be out there like, hey, look at me. Like, no, I'm not like that. I'm more of like a calm, relaxed, like I just want to make a video and be noticed in a way. And I understand that. I'm aware of that's an ego-based pattern. It's an ego-based thing. And I know I'm pure love awareness, and it just is what it is. And I could choose to change it or not to change it. But what I'm saying here is that you start somewhere, and then it becomes an automatic process. You start somewhere where it's conscious and you're having to focus on it, and then it becomes unconscious. So the way you turn something conscious is you want to make what you want familiar. Okay, you may have heard me speak about this before. So first is conscious. Let's just say it's money, right? You want to have a specific amount of money in the bank account. Like you consciously using affirmations. Again, you're acting, you're trying to do things, you're trying to take the steps to make it happen. You're using your will, you're using force, you're trying to take action. That's consciously trying to manifest. All right. One of the keys you need to understand is you just need to confirm that to your mind that this is familiar, this is normal, this is natural. Right? You just need to make it safe, normal, and natural to your mind. Once you can convince your mind that this is normal, or once you can share with your mind different perspectives on how it's normal for you to have that amount of money, now it's going to become subconscious or unconscious. It's just going to become an automatic process. As soon as it becomes an automatic process, you've now supercharged your emotion. Now, when I said supercharge your emotion, you might have thought, feel more, feel it more, right? Feel it stronger, right? Someone who is multi-millionaire is not trying to feel it stronger, right? In order for them to become a millionaire. No, it's just normal. If you their life that they have, that's just my acceptable. That's just my familiar. It's just my familiar. It's just what's normal to me. All right. Now, at first, they may have felt uncomfortable, right? At first, they might have had to use a bit of willpower. And the strategy that we tend to use, and as I've worked with clients one-on-one and through my programs, I've realized that they think or assume that I have to work and build the pattern and learn in order to have this particular emotion or supercharged emotion in my being and it being automatic. This is not 100% true, okay? You can immediately take on an emotion, an emotional state, and have it be normal and familiar to your subconscious mind. You just got to reprogramming in that way. And so when we think in terms of, 1 + 1 = 2, that's what we'll always get. And so what we have to do is we have to learn to understand that there's a multitude of different ways that things can happen in our reality. And when it comes to the subconscious mind, you just have to get it to understand that, hey, this emotion can be totally normal for us, where we're not even consciously having to, think of manifesting more money. No, that's just what I do. That's where you want it to be. That's just what I do. Sorry, I can't help it. That's where you want your emotions to be. All right. Where now it's supercharged in a way where like, this is natural, this is normal, this is, sometimes I make money and it's like by accident. I didn't really know this, but I checked my bank and I had been paid from Google recently because of my YouTube AdSense. And I wasn't expecting that, I wasn't expecting the money at that time or whatever it is. And it's just like, well, I just done it by accident, oops. And so things like this happen to me all the time because I know how to do it. Whereas for someone who has been just trying it out, you're trying to learn how to do these things, obviously they're going to be like, wow, like this is new, that's not the emotion you want to go for, because that's temporary, right? That only lasts maybe a few months or whatever it is, and then eventually it becomes normal. So that's why it's important for us to learn how to embody the state of what it is that we want. We want to embody the state of it being consistent and long term, not the big hooray in the beginning when you get that new goal accomplished, right? You want to manifest beyond that. You want to go one step further. That's what people tend to focus on when it comes to visualizing and doing these affirmations and all of this stuff. They tend to focus on you achieving that big goal and you're celebrating all this stuff. No, go one step further. How about that being consistent? How about that being normal? Because you'll get to the point where this is normal, this is natural, and you'll be able to accept that into your life. So make it familiar to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind won't be afraid of it, because if something's familiar to the subconscious mind, it won't be afraid of it. It won't try to push it away. It won't try to sabotage you because you've told it that's normal. So the key is, when it comes to conscious manifesting or doing all this stuff, you want to make sure that it becomes familiar. And the way that you do that is you use the power of confirmation bias. So as you're making progress throughout your day and you're taking action towards your goals, you want to confirm that, oh, I did it. Like I'm achieving something, I'm accomplishing something as I go through it. And then it gets more and more familiar to the subconscious mind. For example, if you're wanting to write a book, then you don't want to be so focused on the outcome. I need to write a book. I need to write a book. Because as you're focusing on accomplishing writing a book, it's like you're not consciously seeing your success in the terms of writing the book. And so you want to give yourself confirmation bias that, oh, like I'm achieving this, I'm achieving this, I'm achieving this, I'm achieving this. Or, if you're studying, or if you're making more money, or if you're learning about money, then you're consciously seeing the progress and the steps that you're making, that you are manifesting or creating into your reality as you go through the steps. And this becomes more and more familiar to the subconscious mind, and then eventually it becomes subconscious, where the emotions now, what I like to call supercharged. Once it's supercharged, in terms of supercharged, what I mean is it's automatic. It's not something that you're consciously doing. Now you don't even have to think about it. It's just who you are. Can't help it. And now, you're creating that into your reality automatically, and you're enjoying the process towards creating the success that you want. All right. So can you see how this works? You want to make things that you're consciously doing. You want to make it familiar so it becomes subconscious, so that you're not consciously doing it. You're allowing it to be an automatic process. So much in life, we've been taught that we need to do. For example, when we're working a 9-to-5 job, we do and we trade time for money. So we think we have to do in order to make money. But if we look at someone like Warren Buffett, we look at someone that's like really successful, like Oprah Winfrey or whatever it is, they're making passive income. They're making income without even thinking about it, without trading time. They're not doing, they're just being, right? And so they're able to receive money in that way. Even myself, like I can make money without consciously doing stuff, without thinking about it, without, pushing real hard or anything like that. It's just a matter of who I am. And so I create into my reality, and you can do the same too. All right. So I have a program called Neutrality Shifting Life Mastery, which we just released, and a really, really powerful program that I know will radically change your life. And it shows you how to do this stuff in much more detail. If you want to really change your life, take it to the next level, you want to enhance your business, have more sales success, you want to change your life in terms of taking action, making more money, then this is for you. And if you want to find out more about that program, you can get a free subconscious mind diagnosis session at neutralityshifting.com. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.